Hello, I'm MK Davis. I want to spend a little time today kind of taking you back to some of the places that I have been and in my journeys. And one of them in particular kind of stands out is the area around Death Valley, California. And I'll just go to the pictures. All right, here we go. We saw some things out there. You go in the wintertime, you see all kinds of things. Summertime, not so much, for obvious reasons. Let's see. Don and I were out there. This was in January of 2014. We found prints out there. Could have been people walked out there, but this was a long way out. Found these big old granite boulders. There I am. And we found a field of them, a whole field of them. Like they had fallen out of the sky. Red granite. Let's go back. Okay. All of that right there looks maybe kind of smooth, but it's cobble. Just rocks, fist-sized rocks. All out there. Washouts. Kind of hard walking. And we were headed for a canyon right over in this area right here. That canyon right there, we were going to try to go up in there. I guess it would have went that way. Oh, maybe this way. There we go. It's called Trellis Canyon, and you see why these are largely unexplored, because it takes so much effort to get over there. And they don't let you take vehicles of any type, and it's also day trips only. Here we found this was a bit strange. These little prickly pears, they seem to be kind of groomed or planted. They had rocks pulled up tight to them. And I happen to know that in the desert you can pull rocks up to a plant, and at night the rocks will sweat and the water will run down into the plant. Just like somebody knew that. We were looking for just whatever, just generally
Alrighty.
Exploring. How that rock got on top of that rock and stayed there, I don't know. Somebody had to put it up there. There's some more that's done that way, a prickly pear. Now this next one caught my eye immediately. You see the cobble? How big those rocks are, they're just difficult to walk in. Now right here, you'll see somebody has cleared out all the cobble beneath this bush and made themselves a place to lay down. See how it's got a little berm? Now, the next question is, who did that or what did it? Another track. That could be a boot print. A lot of different angles for the same print. Video. Seemed odd to have that big old print way out.
I'm gonna put my
as far
foot
away
very
as it
gingerly.
was. We made our way back. It's getting dark. This right here is a washout that leads to a creek. Believe it or not, a creek called Salt Creek. And there's a marsh. And it's got, that marsh is like a well-known ecological, thing there. They have a boardwalk that you can walk out on it. But we were somewhere on the other end. There's the marsh. Still got salt crust on it. That's the creek. And it flows in the winter and dries up in the summer. During the winter, anything could be around there. And there we began to find footprints of something we didn't know what it was. But they were duly recorded. This is in the mud, or the dried mud, alongside Salt Creek. See the row of them?
Yeah, I saw
They're
that.
all in line. We'll watch that again. It takes off and goes across into the mud.
Just looking at this, it goes off in that mud right there. We're going.
Let's watch it again. See? In line.
Yeah, I saw that.
What made those tracks? You be the guess. You
Right
guess.
We're going.
We don't know for sure. We suspect that maybe one of those seasonal type of visits to Death Valley by something that lives in the mountain along the lines of a hairy biped. Now, let's just get off this. The phone pics here. This is another trip we made a couple of years later, and we saw pretty much the same things. Footprints. There's a footprint right there, pretty good size one. Take a good look at it. You'll see it went deep for that type of terrain, rocky like that. And we found this strange item, a pyramid. I guess it's possible for it to form naturally, but I think it would be very improbable. Somebody's left that out there for some reason. And like I said, you go to these places like that, there's a lot of strange things that you don't really quite know what you're looking at. Let's see what else. That's Mosaic Canyon. Here's those granite boulders. Look like they just dropped out of the sky. Red granite. The reason I keep mentioning that is because this granite, when it's under stress, is kind of a piezoelectric type of rock. In other words, as long as it's under stress, the minerals that make up the granite produce electricity. It's a big old boulder there. And they just look like they just literally fell out of the sky. There's some more Death Valley. That's a pretty picture there. Cloud came over. I've been there several times when it rained, and I know it's not common. This is the entrance to a canyon called Mosaic Canyon. That water makes a gorgeous designs on those rocks. The flow patterns. Then you see things like this right here. A big old hard piece of granite sticking out. Yours truly. And there's my friend Ken Iddens. Somebody way up there on that, there's a trail that goes up there. I'd be scared I'd fall off there. These are all taken with just a phone. It's the moon trying to come up over the canyon. It's a little hazy. It's hard to see. All right, coming back out of the canyon. Getting dark. Oh, wow. Uh-oh, blisters on the foot. That's Ken's foot. And we went to a restaurant. That's what they decorated with. And the rest is around here. My son threw a football through a flying ring. I thought that was a pretty good throw there. Well, anyway, let's get out of this one. One more to go to. This one's pretty good here. This is from Ken's photos. Ken took these photos. And take a note of how small we are in the distance, because I'm going to show you another figure. We were about where you could see those granite boulders pretty good. And in the background, if you look carefully, this was not there in other pictures we have. Something is there that has head, shoulders, all of that. This is the edge of a hill, so it must have stepped out from around that hill, and it just is pointed looking at us or facing us. Well, let's go big as we can with it. That ain't what I wanted to do. Now we thought, well, maybe this could be the opening to a cave, but it's not. It's not. That's not what it is. There's no cave there. Cave wouldn't be here today, gone tomorrow. That's why if you're investigating a place, it's always best to keep a presence there for a little while, if you can, so that you can become accustomed to what's there, and you can see if something's missing or if something is there that wasn't there before. Let's see here. Could this be one of those legendary Death Valley giants that they talk about? I don't know. Let's go to a few more. These are all different attempts to get the best out of this photo. Let's see what we got here. I investigate when I go someplace like that right there. I try to be as up on it as I can. What are the things that I could impact? Could I go and see? We came up here from, let's see, we came up here from Joshua Tree National Park. This is a storm on the mountain outside of Kelo Dunes. I made a little, because I saw this white speck appear and disappear between my photos, so I made it blink to see if I could tell anything about it, which I still don't know what it is. All right. There's Don Monroe, the immutable Don Monroe. We're headed for Joshua Tree. All them bugs on the windshield. Mine shaft. Oh, my old Jeep. Uh-oh. Well, you get past a certain age, you got to get your rest. I don't think he knew he was sound asleep. It's only 107. He was sitting out there on that hood. I couldn't believe the temperatures I was seeing, and that wasn't nearly what it got to. There's a big old dust devil on the way to Joshua Tree. 2 of them, I think. Monsters. Uh-huh. I'm not sure what this is. Could be a house, could be a business, could be a museum, attraction, I don't know. Should have went.
Yeah, it's rising right there.
How high is it?
Got up to 111 back yonder. It's cooled down about 107 here.
111. Well, tell me how high it gets so I know once in a while.
That's Don. He's not sleepy. He's eating popcorn. Hey, you can't argue with his diet for older gentlemen, because it sure seems to work. That's a Joshua tree. All right. I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. If it's granted it's deteriorated, it might be just sandstone. And there was all kind of places to duck under, tunnels and the like. A rat nest, pack rat.
All right, Don, what do you think about this?
Well, this cave's pretty interesting, and it's livable for a person day and night for winter and summer, you know. All you got to do is hang skins across that entrance from either end. You'd have all the wind breakage if you had wind. And it's stable, and not a chance for caving in, no chance at all.
How cold does it get up here in the winter?
I think the mean temperature of this part of California is going to get, I know it, much below 75 right down here. Although at night it might get down around close to freezing at times. But it wouldn't persist, wouldn't be all the time.
Yeah.
And
you see the good view you have coming up.
If you're acclimatized to the country, and have expectations, you can prepare for it. If you picture, for example, you acclimatize. You just kind of zone to go northern or south according to what you need, for colder or warmer temperatures. And then it varies with 15, 20 degrees in different directions.
I'm going to just step up here and just take a look.
Now, our reason for going down to Joshua Tree was that I had read a book. It was written by a ranger there at the Joshua Tree National Park after he retired, and it's called Paranormal Joshua Tree. And in it, they spoke about bipedal creatures. I hate to call them Bigfoot because they weren't that big. They were kind of diminutive in size, but they paid visits to the campgrounds and got in people's stuff, and people saw them. So we thought we would just give it a try and see if we could find any evidence for it. And it was just blistering hot. Yucca. Looks like you could get yourself hurt on those rocks if you tried to get up and squeeze in any of them tight places. That's a beautiful tree. All of its fragmented type of look, disorganized, but beautiful. Look at that.
Doc?
He's eating those berries.
Okay. Now, we need to go over there. Let's go.
look at that. Quartz veins. This all had. They were gold mines up in here of the Spanish dug. I think they had put iron gates over the entrance to them. It's a long time ago. Uh-oh. It looks like that could be trouble, don't it? Thank goodness it wasn't. He's pointing to a rock over our heads. There it is. I don't think you would last long if that thing fell. It's kind of a rat trap there. Stick your arm up in there and then the rock falls on you. There's another one.
Stick down as you can. One and a half.
You came down faster than I could come down.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Look at enough to do it. We can do it.
Somebody has dug holes and worn the holes away to put your foot in or your toes. You see them. No telling how old those are. Probably a burrow. I figure it looks like a burrow track. They have a lot of wild burrows out there in the desert. Miners let them go.
Okay, there's the first.
How about that one? And can y'all see him in there? There's somebody's done fell in the rocks and they're hurt, and they sent a rescue team out. Now that rabbit has some ears. Okay, we're on our way to Death Valley. We're in the Mojave now. What you see down at the end of the road is a sand dune. One of the larger sand dunes around there. It's called Kelo Dunes. A little kind of an abandoned town of Kelo. Look at the size of them. There's the storm over the mountain.
My friend way back there.
See the rain and the steam hitting them hot rocks? Oh no. We found this mine shaft. I wanted to go to it, so I stopped Don. He was ahead of me. And I went up there first. He stayed down at the bottom, and then I came back and got him. This is not a new mine. It's pretty old. It's the view from looking out. A track on top of that mountain. Up there by the mine shaft. Now this right here is another track that has, as far as we could tell, 3 toes. There's 2 readily visible. It goes like this. Let's see if I got it any better. This looks like a jumble of rocks, but it's actually a circle of rocks, you know, like you'd make for a fire pit, but there's no fire in it. You see these, I turned that over, and you see it's different color on the bottom. It's been there so long that the top is coated with desert varnish, they call it. You can see the circular part of it now. This is very old. They put that out there. It's kind of a ceremonial thing. It's kind of a universal symbol, circle. All right. He came up to cast those tracks. It's 115 degrees. He lays down to get rest from the heat, and I took his picture, and it's got all kind of stuff on there from shutter. You know, the shutter. The shape of that iris is a pentagon. Or pentagram. But this right here is not. I don't know what this is. But Don says that he saw that. And these. I don't know. I didn't see them, but I was looking through a camera. He does seem to follow them, don't he?
I've got pictures.
Yep.
Oh no, I'll go over the road.
Pay attention to the sound of the wind. It's very little right here. And all of a sudden, the wind picks up tremendously.
I've got pictures.
You can hear us
Oh,
talking.
no, I'll go over the road.
Now, we're going to just go forward. That's that three-toed print. It looks a little better from right there. Don't know what it is. You hear the wind now? It just picked up tremendously. It like it blew us off that mountain.
This is a strong wind.
Can't even hear Don talk. I'm filming this, man. We'll do it by hand. Okay, you got some detail down there, you think? I don't know what would have a foot like that. That's big. We don't know if it might have come out over the edge of that. Now this would be the bottom of the foot, right?
This angle would be.
No, I'll take that back. We could think it's a handprint.
The print shows the angle expression, you might call it. I think it's like that. And it gives that kind of a...
I'll do it again, Don.
I guess here, it gives the angle.
You hit with the ball and then roll it.
And it shows this going like that. This can be glued back on, and it's valid. There's no problem about that.
Okay, this would be the bottom of the palm then, like this.
It's the palm, it's showing like this.
Let me see if I got this thing off.
Put your hand
So that would be like this right
That's
here.
right, that would be, but you got these three fingers. But no, like this, turn over. And then that, this underneath part's showing here.
And only just a few showed. That one showed real well.
And this shows real well.
It's right in there.
Now I can turn over the chest.
No, that's okay. Let's sit on up.
Here it is the other side, and that was on this side. This is important to see this too. And that's how it's going to go. Show you. You got that now?
Yeah.
That shows, that's the top, which is not the part we're trying to show. It's just the support part of the back of the head.
Yeah.
And then what's got three fingers could be.
It's a pretty good story, John.
Circle of stones. I had to glue that back on when I got home. All right. Now we're getting close to Beatty and Death Valley. Mariposa Hotel, Armagosa Opera House, all famous places. Here's a lookout, which I've been to several times. It's just an awe-inspiring vista. Man, it is blistering hot. Now there we are walking out across the desert. That's Don. Uh-oh, just messed up. These are some kind of worms. It's a fossil from days of yore. When I got a new computer, they didn't recognize some of these pictures, and I don't know why.
Let's get out of here.
That's as near Beatty. We're going down to Scotty's castle. It's closed now, but at the time it was open for tours. Just a remarkable place. I think that's it right there. It got flooded in a 5-inch rain that it filled it with mud. I think it had like chest-high mud in it. That's how hot it was. It melted his razor in his shirt pocket. 120 degrees.
Now, it's ironic that something like this could happen.
I want to show you something. Look at his eye. Both eyes. He got overheated, and his pupils turned that way. Let's see. Stayed that way for a few hours. Watch this. I'm gonna cut it. I don't know what to make of that, except that I told him about it. I saw it, and I told him, and it stayed that way for several days, and returned to normal. He told his eye doctor, and his eye doctor said that it looked to him like he had gotten close to dying. You know when your eyes just suddenly quit holding the corneas and stuff in their settings, and the pupils, irises. It just went to a slit. But like I said, I've never seen anything like it. I can get those photos to come up, but you have to go through a little process.
That may make.
I hate that it did that. But that's one of the hazards of computing. We went all through this place right here, but we won't be talking about that now. Actually, I did want to. Go to the last one. $120 degrees, but my wife Debbie and my daughter Brienne and I went through there a few years ago, and it was 121. So we got it beat. Alrighty. This is one, I think. It'll play. Oh, there it comes. Took it a while.
All right, Don, I real thoroughly enjoyed our trip. What are your thoughts on what we did?
Well, in a general way, everybody should take it. Everybody should go there, man. I mean, if you don't get out and look, you won't see anything. This part of the country, this valley in California, whiteways, and Nevada, have been in the the stories we don't tell, it's worth a whole lifetime of interest. It's a great trip. A little adventure, a little danger, a little exciting knowledge.
I agree. Well, I'm going to part company with you, man. I'm going back to Mississippi. You're going to Oregon, right? Good luck with you.
First of all, through Nevada, and over to the Indian Nation. Tiger Nation, stop in there. Here expects 3 weeks, the victor, and Unity, like the final reservation of the Blood Rock. And we're going to go back to Oregon.
All right, man. Well, I'm fixing to go. We'll talk to you later.
All right, good luck.
There again, like he said, if you don't go, you won't know. So if you want to find out what these mysteries and stuff are, or solve any of them, you have to get, away from the computer, away from the couch, and actually go there. And I think that all of it works, for the good of solving problems or solving mysteries. But they all work in combination with each other. So if you can get up and go, get up and go. Beautiful country. And I thank you for your time.